Speaking of the best heel in wrestling, see that, like that transition? Pat McAfee comes to the ring with his entire crew of 2 bald-headed guys and the orange Englishman, Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne looks like Kramer when he started tanning with butter. You remember that episode?
I'm still going with Becky Lynch with pubic hair glued to her face.
Why? He's so orange. Anyway, McAfee has become the best heel in the business in the last 3 weeks. And I wish they'd drop the phony crowd booing when he's cutting his promo, because he's so real, it just makes it sound phony. It reminds you that they're trying to remind you that he's being naughty rather than just you hearing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't fit. He's so good, and he's a wrestling heel. He's not even being a heel like MJF, where MJF's obviously had a great delivery and had material that was all of his own, but at the same time, McAfee's just so natural, saying, "You bunch of stupid fucking losers, you rednecks and hillbillies." He's an old-time wrestling fan. And I was looking forward to seeing anybody associated with Pat McAfee, even old Birch and Lorcan, but then I found out they were going to be fighting Fan Dancer. And I wrote, God damn it, for the tag team title. So I watched this to listen for McAfee. This match was like watching the Kelly twins against the Batten twins. Remember Pat and Mike Kelly, big bald-headed, fucking heels, and the Batten twins, identical fucking baby faces. It's 2 bald guys against 2 guys who don't look identical, but they're wearing the identical shit, and their design of their tights and their boots, it looks like they're wearing bell bottoms or something. I don't know. I just hate the whole Fan Dancer gimmick. Their team, the entrances, whether they come burping here now, because I've got gas. The entrances the whole time. I don't care if you cut that out. Give me gas. They gave me the sour belches. The entrances, the whole fucking male dancer thing. Fuck. Anyway, they did at the break spot. My favorite spot in the whole match was Fan Dancer number 1, whichever one, threw one of the heels into the announce desk, and the heel flipped and kicked McAfee right in the fucking face. And he sold it better than anything in the first half of the program. But yeah, Birch and Lorcan need some way that you can tell them more readily apart. They're wearing black boots and black tights, and they both have bald heads. Somebody go to long tights. Somebody change up your look a little bit. And they've been kind of used as kind of a bland team so far. McAfee's all the color in this group. Okay, so but they're good, solid workers. But Drake Maverick comes out, and McAfee's bumping for Drake Maverick, and then Dunn takes him out. And there's a bunch of interference, and Birch and Lorcan retain, but then Drake comes back in, and the heels beat him up, and they have a big schmoz. If this had been main event babyfaces, it would have been great. It was okay just to see McAfee's group kick the shit out of people, but that this much competition was given McAfee's heel band by 2 male strippers and a goddamn, let's face it, a fucking guy in the Marco stunt weight category. Whatever. What'd you think?
I didn't care much for the match. Like you, I'm kind of sick of Breezango or Fan Dancer, as you call them. I think McAfee is fantastic. It's impossible to cheer him.
Yeah.
He's so good as a heel.
Even when they start fighting, he puts his hands up and kind of prances away like, ooh, yeah. I'm cover up because I'm a big pussy.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
He's great.
You see Rip Rogers all around him as far as applying psychology toward being a heel.
Here's what my biggest complaint with him is, and this isn't anything personal against Lorcan and Birch, but when McAfee's out there doing a promo saying, us 4, this group is like the best group in wrestling.
Yeah.
Like, I wish they would have put McAfee with 4 guys. And again, this isn't against them, but just it doesn't look like it fits. It doesn't feel like it fits. McAfee with 3 other guys, there had to be 3 other better picks. There just had to be.
One would think.
than McAfee with 2 British guys and a bald guy who tags up at one of the British guys.
Yeah.
It's such a makeshift faction.
We've mentioned before that the reason why the Horsemen worked, and of course this is what they're playing off of, the greatest 4-man faction. The reason why that worked is because all those guys looked like they belonged together socially, personally, outside the ring, people that would be gravitated toward one another, except for Ole. And of course, Ole was in it because he and Arn were allegedly related. It all worked, the combinations, until the mid-90s when they prostituted that too, and then it didn't work anymore. But these guys, I don't see McAfee hanging out with any of the other 3 of these fucking guys. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm like you, though.